This is my Miele Compact C1 Pure Suction. This is from the Powerline series. I'm not the biggest Miele expert, but I do believe they're still selling this machine. I go online and I see these still for sale for a little over $300. Considering I bought it for $75, I'd say I probably got a pretty good deal on it. This one, I believe, was made in 2016, according to the serial number on the back. I bought it from the original owner. She said that her boyfriend had a vacuum, and I guess they didn't need two. I'm scared to think what he has. I'm sure it's probably not as good as this machine, whatever it is, but I could be wrong. I mean, the lady spoke in a very thick accent, and she was European, so it doesn't surprise me that she had a Miele, because Mieles are very popular in Europe. And this really is a European vacuum in an American market. I mean, just looking at it, you can tell that it really is a very much Euro-designed vacuum. So this is one of the lower tier Mieles. This one was made in China. This is not a German-made Miele. However, I'd still say it's still very high quality. I've talked to different Miele dealers, and I haven't come to a clear consensus on how they perceive China quality versus German quality in regards to the Miele machines. Some people have said that they think the quality's on par with the German ones. Some people think the Chinese models are not on par with the German ones. Me, I'm in the middle. I think I can kind of feel that the Chinese ones are a little bit chintzier, but in comparison to other Chinese-made vacuums, I don't think it's that bad. Admittedly, I think $300 is a little bit expensive for a straight suction vacuum cleaner, but given all of the advantages that this vacuum has, for somebody who needs a vacuum who doesn't have a lot of carpeting, this is really a very nice vacuum. And even if you do have some carpeting, as long as it's not super thick, and as long as you also do not have a lot of pets, you can buy a turbo accessory nozzle that will fit on the end of this wand, and that would be perfectly acceptable for most carpeted surfaces. So the advantages of this vacuum: it is very lightweight, it is also extremely quiet, it's powerful. It's actually so powerful that I never even need to use it on full speed when I'm vacuuming floors. I usually only use it on either the lowest speed or the second lowest speed. And when it's on lowest speed, you actually barely even hear it. The sound of the air passing through the motor actually is making more noise than the vacuum itself. There are 4 attachments that came with this vacuum: the floor tool / rug tool, as well as the crevice upholstery and dusting brushes, which you can put on the vacuum if you'd like, which I do have. It came with 3, actually, no, I believe it came with 2 new bags. One I put in, the other I still have. It came with the manual too. As far as the condition goes, the vacuum is in excellent condition. The brush tool I would put in fair to good condition. You can see the Miele label's kind of a little bit worn off. So the vacuum was used a decent amount, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still in good shape. Again, I've been happy with it. I've had no real complaints with the machine. The wheels swivel, these vacuums swivel very nicely on the floor, which is another nice feature. It has a telescoping wand, which is nice for different cleaning tasks, as well as if you're maybe a little bit taller or maybe a little bit shorter. You can easily remove this hose for cleaning. It's hard to do with one hand, but you can see I managed to do it. That's another nice feature, something that maybe more people should do, more companies should do. That in itself I think is a great feature. You have, even though you do have, you can control the motor speed right there. There's still an air release valve right here if you, for whatever reason, need that. Yeah, and you talk to Miele owners, and there's very few unsatisfied Miele owners. I mean, the vacuums really almost sell themselves in regards to their functionality. Their filtration is really second to nobody. Even with these cheaper models, you still get excellent filtration. The bags in these machines are very thick. As a side note, only use genuine bags in your Mieles. No matter what they say, there's no real alternative for Miele bags. You really need to get the genuine. Yeah, I mean, the bags are a little bit small on a machine like this, but you can get a Hepa filter if you so wish to, but the air clean filter between that and these really thick Hepa bags, unless you have really severe allergies, that you don't really need the Hepa filter on this. The Hepa bag really does most of the filtering. But yeah, I'm generally happy with this machine. I think that this is probably one of the best straight suction canisters on the market. Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but as far as usability and overall functionality, really hard to beat. As far as Mieles in general go, I really like Mieles a lot because they do put a lot of effort into designing their machines. They're not for everybody. I will admit that some of the prices of Miele repair parts are a little bit expensive. Hepa filters and bags are extremely expensive with Mieles, I'm not going to lie. And to some people that's a turn off because, I mean, that is a constant ongoing cost. At the same time, you're getting a better machine. So yeah, you'll be paying more for filters and bags, but the machine will also be lasting longer. So it is a bit of a trade-off, but it could be one that is worth it for a lot of people. Like I said, very few people I've met who have Mieles are dissatisfied with them. So if you want a vacuum that is like the Mercedes of vacuums, then a Miele might be for you. That's how I really think of Mieles. They're kind of like buying a Mercedes. They're really nice pieces of machinery and really are almost engineering marvels. As they get a little bit older, yeah, they might get a little more expensive to fix, which is the one downside, but they generally are pretty reliable. Vacuums like this, I'd see no reason why you should get at least 5 or 6 years out of one of these, maybe even more. I mean, I only use this vacuum at the lowest or second lowest speed settings. And you know, the setting of the motor that you use also is kind of affecting the overall life of the motor. So, but I'll give it a quick run just so you can see how it works. I think I'll just keep the wand in the lowest position here. But you can see I can still comfortably talk even on my phone while still using this machine at the same time. I'll switch it to the highest setting. So a little bit louder now, but not obnoxiously loud. And then you can store the wand right there, which is nice. Yeah, that's the Miele Compact C1.